If you guys want to make $200,000 in 1 month with your clothing brand, watch this video in its entirety. I'm going to go through every single step of the process on how I started and scaled my own clothing brand to over $200,000 monthly. Like, this is a screenshot from 1 month, but I mean, I do this consistently. It may not always be 200,000, it may be 150,000. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's less. I mean, regardless, consistent sales at scale. I own my own brand called Viva Day. I have around 76,000 followers right now. I also own InkMade, which is a screen printing production company with my homie Johnny Ransom. I don't know if you know who Johnny is, but he owns Ransom. He has around 180,000 followers. He's been doing it for about 7 years. He's collabed with Half Evil, Juice WRLD, the biggest people in the game. And I mean, I'm not just some kid on TikTok flexing a fake Rolex and some Jordans. I mean, my room looks like shit, but this is genuinely what I do for a living. I get paid every month to sell silly little t-shirts and print other people's t-shirts every single day. And again, this is literally what I do for a living. I mean, everything in this video, I worked really hard on it. I think it provides the most value that you're going to see. It's not me taking a photo on top of a bunch of orders on the floor or next to, some sick Cybertruck that isn't mine. You know what I'm saying? This is genuine value. I made a slideshow. So we're about to go through a slideshow. It's going to be pretty sick. It's going to be pretty fun. And genuinely take notes. I mean, I start to ramble off on a lot of topics, but everything in here is really great, and this is exactly how I did it. So step number 1 in building your brand is product testing. Just like any business ever, you're going to have bestsellers. It doesn't matter if you're selling hot tubs or t-shirts or bed sheets or whatever the fuck online, you're going to have products that severely outperform others. So if you've dropped a collection previously, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Or if you saw no sales whatsoever, you may not just have a good product. Not to say that you don't have a good product, you may not just have a winning product. Some of my favorite t-shirts that I've ever dropped have done terrible numbers. And on that same note, some of my best-selling t-shirts are some of my least favorite t-shirts. They just resonate with your customer base better. So the first step in building a 6-figure brand is going to be product testing. Now, what's the best way to do this? Printables. Printables all day, every day. If you're paying $400 for a sample from overseas and you need to hit 100 MOQ just to get that into production, you're never going to grow. Now, the best possible way to test your product catalog at scale is with print on demand. There's a ton of providers out there, so I'll let you go ahead and do your own research and find one that works right for you. But if you are interested, InkMade, our screen printing clothing production company, actually does offer print on demand with DTG. 16 by 20, huge jumbo prints. Will print it and ship it for you. And this is really going to allow you to test a ton of different products without paying a ton of money up front. Whether it's screen printing or overseas, you're gonna have MOQs, and that's what you want to avoid at first. And I know half the brands out here are saying, oh, my collection's only out for a week. I want to keep it scarce. I want to keep, the drop super hype. Bro, you have 500 followers on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? How do you expect to sell out a collection? You could start closing your website when you earn the right to start closing your website. And the drop-to-drop business model is dead. You're not going to make your fucking check for the month by dropping 3 times a year and leaving your website open for the weekend. I mean, if you truly want to grow your brand, you're going to have to be consistent. I mean, even the biggest brands out nowadays. I mean, granted, it's Friday and Supreme just dropped yesterday, but I mean, regardless, there's still stock on the website. I mean, Supreme isn't even selling out within the first day. I mean, Stussy, which has had a huge resurgence. I mean, a huge catalog, like a lot of stuff available on the website. And this gives a lot of options for the buyer and also allows them to really focus on products that are working. I mean, Pleasures too, one of my favorite brands. I mean, we could scroll for days. I mean, they have a ton of products, and that's just because not everything works. And they really want to focus on pushing the stuff that is going to be driving revenue through the door. So with that being said, I don't know what you're doing. Don't keep your website open for only a week. I mean, the biggest brands in the world actively have stuff available. You know what I'm saying? If you truly want to grow your brand, you're going to need a consistent catalog and allow people to give you money whenever they want to give you money. I mean, are you really going to close your website and not let people give you their credit card information? I mean, that's a sale right there. All right, y'all. Now a word from our sponsors. Our sponsor is me. I'm the sponsor. InkMade. We are one of the best, and I'm not just saying that because I own it. We are one of the best clothing manufacturers in the States in terms of screen printing, embroidery, DTG. We can do it all. We work with some of the biggest brands, and we also work with Netflix. So come on, boy. Go to the website if you want to get a quote. Hit get your quote now. Fill out this super simple form, and just provide as much information inside of this section as you can. Artwork, mock-ups, if you know what garment you want to use. That gives us more information to get you more accurate pricing. And, we could go ahead and we could run a job for you. We have great pricing, fast turnaround. You literally can't beat our pricing and you can't beat our turnaround. So if you're interested, reach out, get a quote. Let's, make you something beautiful and, save you some money in the process. This brings me to my next slide. This is the 80-20 rule. We were just talking about bestsellers. 80% of your revenue is going to come from 20% of your products. This is a screenshot, again, from my Shopify. I don't know if you can see my web cursor on this recording, whatever, but $217,000 in gross sales, and $30,000 were for my Western washed black denim, right? That's $10,000, $11,000 more than the next product. And yes, I own my own manufacturing, things like this, so I'm able to have a huge catalog. I'm very lucky for that. But I started my shit in a garage, screen printing t-shirts. I don't know if I have a photo. Here's a photo of me in my mom's garage hand printing every single t-shirt. Some of the items on my website are from my first collection. And you want to know why? I didn't get rid of them because people wanted to pay for them. 30,000, 18,000, 16,000, 13, 7, 7, 6, 6, 4, and then you start to see an immediate drop off, right? And this is only the first, I can't count this, let's call this like 15, 20 products. I have about 120 products on my website. Imagine what, product 100 looks like. Each drop for me is an opportunity to test products. If a product doesn't work and it's not worth purchasing a bulk order, scrap it. Not every single one of your products has to do huge numbers, but the key is to build a catalog. Create a shopping experience. This is why Zumiez, PacSun, Urban Outfitters, Tilly's, they have thousands of products, right? Because they want to create a shopping experience for the customer. That's why Pleasures, Supreme, Stussy still have tons of products on their website, even though they're some of the coolest, most hyped brands in the industry right now. All right, so I'm going through and I'm editing this really quick. I don't want the point to be that you need 200 products to be successful. All that I'm saying is you want to develop a catalog over time. So whether that drop, contains 10 products at first or 50 products, regardless of what it is, you want to keep the products that work around, cut the products that don't work, cut the fat, and rinse and repeat. Eventually, I started my shit with, I think, 8 products. I think it was 4 designs, 2 different colorways each design. And this, Madness t-shirt was actually on my very, very first collection. But I've kept it around because it worked, and I've developed this catalog over time. Now we have tons and tons of products, you know what I'm saying? And that's just because we keep what works. My tees, I'm not going to keep going on and on, but I could scroll. You know what I'm saying? And this happens over time. This brings me to my next slide. Once you actually have a catalog of products, right, you're going to want to create a ton of content behind those products. And if you aren't creative, or, you don't think you have, the means or the ability or the time or whatever lame excuse it actually is to create content, I have the perfect fix for you. There are 2 things that I want you to live in. The first is the TikTok Creative Center, right? You can literally see top performing ads on TikTok. Watch, let's go to our industry. We are streetwear, which is majority men's. Where the hell is it? Apparel, men's clothing, objective. So you could see what the actual objective of the ads was, all right? We want conversions, we want sales. Let's go ahead and include product sales in case you're doing TikTok shop. And then you could literally see tons and tons of content. Let me sign in quick. Actually, this wasn't even planned. You have made such excellent ads, top ads, that we'd like to inspire them. Or inspire, whatever. Look at this. Confirm. Yes, take it. Guys, steal off of me. Recreate stuff. but we can literally see some of the top performing ads. We could literally filter this by click-through rate, which is essentially click-through rate is what percentage of people click through from your ad to your website. Like, look, this is actually, this first two is the same guy. This is so ass. Okay. Product showcase. Top 1% of click-through rate. It has a medium budget, but this is that same person, Purpose Co. This shit is so ass. Okay. Product showcase. This has a high budget and is in the top 1% of, of TikTok ads. Do you think they have a high budget because they're losing money? Do you think they're putting a lot of money into here because they're losing money? I mean, you could literally scroll. Like, some of this is like super simple. Just hop into Photoshop and create some outfits. I mean, it's probably the easiest thing in the world. On that same note, too, you could do the same thing inside of the TikTok ads library. These are literally my ads. You can go to Viva de Los Angeles and steal my ads. Again, look at this. You could see if they're active, what platforms I'm putting them on, when I started running them. Look, I started running this ad June 4th. It's been a month and a day. Do you think I've been running it for a month and a day because it's losing me money? Go in here and take inspiration from other brands and don't steal it, but recreate it. You can't get away with posting 4 times on Instagram leading up to your drop, posting, oh, drop is now live, and then falling off the face of the earth. You need to create consistent content regularly. The next step is to scale with paid ads. Once you actually have content in a catalog to back that content, you put some money behind it. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't need to pay an agency to make you money. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have a good product, if you have good copy, good content, you're going to make money. I mean, Facebook is $1 trillion company or whatever. Their algorithm is smart enough to put your ad in front of the people that they think are going to buy it. This is, I didn't make this. I took this from Google. Sorry, sue me. I got lazy, but this is a sales funnel, right? And a customer can convert at any stage of this funnel, but awareness is what we call top of funnel, showing people who your brand is. Next is interest and desire in the product, and then the last step is action, an actual conversion on your website. Anyone can, become a customer at any stage of the funnel, but you're really going to get your warm leads and the best return on your investment if you could send them through this funnel, right? So there's 2 steps to do this. Again, this is my real Facebook ads manager. Right here, you can see it Viva Day. I took out my ad ID, whatever. But I have 2 campaigns here. 2 campaigns. Top of funnel, middle of funnel. Top of funnel, my awareness campaign, and my middle of funnel is my interest targeting. You want to know what I did for top of funnel? Nothing. I put some ads in there. I tested a few ads. I didn't touch anything to the targeting. It's literally set at 18 to 65. Why would I need to show it to a 65-year-old? I don't, but Facebook is smart enough to know that. And yeah, occasionally a grandma gets an ad. But here's the thing. Sometimes it's profitable as hell. Sometimes they have a grandson that skateboards. Facebook is smart. You don't need to pay an agency thousands of dollars to run your ads unless you're really, really spending a lot of money and you want to take it to that next step. After that is middle of funnel. There's no bottom of funnel here just because I'm keeping it very, very simple for you. My middle of funnel is just general interest targeting. This is people who have taken an action on my actual Instagram page. So if they've liked an ad, they've saved one of my posts, they follow me, they are inside of my retargeting funnel. And you can see, like I said, anyone can convert at any stage of the funnel, but our top of funnel has a $4 higher cost per purchase, and I didn't include it inside of the screenshot. But middle of funnel, people actually tend to spend more. They trust the brand more. They love the brand. They've been following for ages. They're willing to give up more dough for your product. So when you're running ads, keep it extremely, extremely simple. I mean, if you're spending money and you're not seeing a return on that money, it's probably because your product is bad or your content is bad. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to run ads on Facebook or TikTok. All you need is good copy, like a good ad creative, whether it's a video or a carousel ad or whatever the fuck, and you need a good product. And I live by everything I just said in this video religiously, not only because it works, but this is literally what I do. I mean, every single screenshot that I've shown is actually my information. This isn't no doctored Photoshop stuff. I didn't look up Photoshop or Shopify sales on Google Images. This is all me. And the last thing that I do want to show here is, again, this has been consistent sales. I mean, we started the month a little slow because I wasn't sure, because this is January 1st, I wasn't sure what to expect coming out of quarter four. But I continued to see good results and I continued to spend. I mean, we have some spikes because of, email blasts and things like that, but I didn't have a TikTok go viral. I didn't pay anyone to endorse my product. This is from creating a catalog and testing my catalog. And again, doing all of this, right? I've managed to grow my socials. I have around 40,000 followers on TikTok right now. I think 76,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, I don't know if I'm lying. The screenshots will be there. I haven't checked it in a second, but I mean, you're going to grow your brand if you can run ads consistently and if you have a good product that people can get behind. I'm gonna tell you right now, the slowest way to grow your brand is by doing a drop, leaving the site open for a week, closing it, and then promoting a new collection. Because how can you expect to gain any traction when you're selling to nobody? If you're starting a new brand or currently running a brand with mediocre sales, open the doors up a little bit. Test more products. Sell products more often. Leave your website open. Like I said, drop to drop is dead. 24/7 stores are the new vibe. I mean, like, look at this. 220,000 people on my website. And obviously some of those aren't unique visitors. I'd probably say maybe it's 150,000 unique visitors. But I mean, if you had 150,000 people who knew what your brand was, I mean, can you imagine how life-changing that would be? So I want you guys to take everything that you've learned in this video and genuinely implement it. I tried to grow my brand organically when I started it for 2 months. And you want to know what happened? I didn't get a single sale. I mean, if you want to really grow your brand, it's an investment. And you may have to fuck around with ads a little bit. You may have to lose some money. But I mean, when I first started my brand, I put every single extra dollar that I had into growing it, And now we have an amazing team of, 7, 8 people who work on my brand and other brands and helping build other brands on a daily basis. Time is key. Be consistent. And if you don't genuinely love what you're selling either, it's a waste of time. If you guys got any value out of this video whatsoever, I know I kind of just sounded like an idiot rambling for, I don't know how long this video is going to be, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's taken me 45 minutes to record. I'm not very good at this, so I would appreciate you if you guys showed some love and if you guys got some value out of this video, if you could like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Also, I own InkMade, so if you guys ever need any t-shirts printed, we offer screen printing, embroidery, DTG, again, print on demand, so you could really test your catalog. In-house fulfillment. I don't know if I've already said that. We'll print, ship your order for you. All you have to do is sit back and make some bread. Hit us up. The links to everything will be inside of the description. This is also just the InkMade channel, so we're going to be posting stuff like this on a regular basis, providing value, helping you guys actually grow and scale your clothing brands. I mean, to be honest, this is a dream. I get to make silly little t-shirts for a living, and I get to pay my girlfriend and my, sisters who work for me full-time, my 2 best friends who work for me full-time. Not saying that it's easy whatsoever, but it is very simple if you could sit down and put in the work. That's all I got from you guys. Let me know what you guys want to hear in future videos.